Hi, welcome. Simon here. Hope you're doing well. In this video, I'll be doing a screen replacement on a MacBook Pro. As you can see that there was an impact point right in the middle at the bottom here. Therefore, now I have pixelated lines, horizontal, vertical, running across the screen. So let's go ahead and get started. This step will show you from start to end on how to replace the entire MacBook Pro screen. Alright, so first thing I like to do is to press and hold the power button until the computer shuts off. Once the computer is off, let's go ahead and close the screen. Let me identify the model here for you if you take a closer look. And the model is A2338 MacBook Pro. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I need to use is a Pentalope P5. There are 2 screws on the top and 4 screws at the bottom. Okay, once the screws are all removed, the next step is to go ahead and remove the back cover. What I like to do is to get a metal prying tool to go ahead and stick it underneath that cover, and we need to pop the corner. So this corner here, there's no screw, it's nothing holding it down, but there's a clipper underneath the back cover that is clipping the thing down. So what you have to do is to go underneath. I'm using my fingernail and then push it apart so you can hear that little click. That is to separate the corner here. So let me go ahead and do the same on this side. If you can see, I just pop it up. So you just have to separate the back cover. Once you have done that, let's go ahead and slide the cover down towards the body, and the entire back cover was just removed. Okay, next step is to disconnect the battery. Let's go ahead and peel this thing off. And there's a little clipper here. Let me show that clipper to you. So here there's a little plastic clipper. You need to flip open the clipper. Once the clipper is open, now you can slide that cable to the left to remove it. Once that thing is removed, you're good to go. Get a T5 screwdriver, Torx T5, and we disconnect the battery. Okay, once the battery is disconnected, let's move on to the next process, is to remove all the screws here. I'll be using a T3, and again, my screwdriver has been with me for a long time, so some of the screw might not use the right brand new screwdriver size. So like for example, this might be a T4 instead of T3 or T5, so you might want to do a little bit of research and make sure you know the right tools for it. But for me, I'll be using a T5 and T3 in this process. Let's go ahead and remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws total. What I suggest you to do is to take a picture of the computer, print out that piece of paper as you remove the screws. Use the paper as a reference where you can lay the screw down on it, and so that you do not mix match those screws, because all the screws are different size, they're not the same, and you do not want to mix match those screws. Alright, the bottom 6 screws that I talked about, it's all removed. Now we're going to remove this 2 screw here. and the bracket. And disconnect that flex cable. Move on to the next one. I'll be using a T5. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're not sure where to buy the tools and the screen, please check the link down in the description below. I'll link it to either Amazon or eBay where you can find a replacement screen, and hopefully you can get the screen and follow along the video for this repair. Now I'm going to jump back to a T3, remove these 2 screws here and the bracket, that is the hinge covering up the screen. So remove the 2 screws, pop open the plastic cover. Do the same on the other side. Remove the 2 screws. Now let's work on the Wi-Fi antenna. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll be using a Pentalope P2 0.8. It's a little 5-star looking screwdriver. So for whatever reason, while you're removing it and you strip the screw, I made a video separately just to show on how to remove a stripped screw on a Wi-Fi antenna. And if you are in that situation, don't worry, just go to my YouTube channel, search for the strip screw video, and hopefully you can follow along and help you to remove that strip screw. Okay, so once you have removed all 6 of the 12 of the screws, now we're going to peel this thing back, peel it off. And there's 1 screw here. I'm using a T5. Remove the Wi-Fi screw. And to disconnect the Wi-Fi, just gonna leave it straight up like that and position it to be straight, because we need to slide the Wi-Fi antenna away from the computer. So if you can see here that the Wi-Fi antenna has to go through that hole to get out. Okay. Now I'm using a Torx T8. Remove the 3 screws holding down the screen. So go ahead and unscrew. Unscrew the 3 screws here. And do the same on the right side of the computer. Remove the 3 screws. Now at this time, you want to open up the computer screen all the way, and then slide the hinge out, and do the same on the other side. Slide it out, and the entire screen will just come right off. That is the broken screen. Here's the replacement screen. making sure that the screen PCB board, the board and the flex cable, the both of them are sitting on top of the laptop, okay, above the laptop, not underneath. And you want the hinge to be preset. Push it all the way to the back, preset it as an open position. Okay, flip this thing all the way to the back because it has to be sitting on top of the laptop. Now we're gonna slide the screen down, the hinge, like such, and you want to do the same for the other side. Slide it down. Once it's in a position like this, once it's in, while you're holding the screen, get the screwdriver, and put the screw in, because we want the screen to be close for us to continue to work on. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same on the other side of the computer here. So kind of put the screw in. Okay, one screw on each side of the screen. Now I can close it down and finish up the remaining 2 screws here. Just a quick reminder, if you're not sure where to buy the screen, do not forget to check the link down in the description below. It will direct you to either Amazon or eBay, where you can find a replacement screen and the tools. And hopefully this video follow along and help you to save some money and get your screen replaced. And if you find this video is helpful, please go ahead and smash the like button for me. I really appreciate you for doing that. Double check, making sure the cable are not pinched down. Nothing is clipping it down. Alright, it's free. Good. Now the Wi-Fi antenna would be the next step to install. What you have to do is to push this 2 cable underneath the hole, like such. I'm going to push it through the hole and then slide it in. And making sure that metal piece is sitting on top of the motherboard as well. And here comes the T5. We're going to lock it in. Okay, and then go ahead and install the Wi-Fi cable. All you have to do is just position the circle. The circle has to be sitting on top of the connector. Do not force it in, okay? You just have to be very careful with it. Making sure the circle is in a position and then when you press it, it should be very easy, not hard, and it will just go back in very easily. Okay, now that is done. Let me start installing the hinge. Slide the cover back in. We are done with the T8, so put it on the side. We use the T3. Okay, slide the connector in. And after 2 screws to go in, all set. Now the next step, what I like to do is to install the LCD board, T5. Okay, one of the screw is in. Alright, let's finish up the remaining 3 screws. Okay, once it's all in, it's all good. Let's position this one now. We're gonna finish up the 6 screw here on the right side and the other 6 screws here on the left. So I'll be using Pentalope P5, which is the 0.8. That is the tiniest screw holding down the Wi-Fi antenna. So let's put it in. Just be patient with it. You don't have to screw it all the way in. It doesn't have to be real tight. I think it's kind of overkill to have 6 screws here on one side and 6 screws on the other side. A bit too much. But if you miss or if you lost a couple of the screws, it is okay. It doesn't really need to have all the screws for the Wi-Fi to work, so don't worry if you miss a couple of the screws. Alright, so let's finish up the rest of the screw here. Okay, once those are all done, now this is the part where you need to flip it in. So this thing have to fold it back inwards, fold it in like that. Okay, fold it in. Let's try again. On this side, you just have to kind of fold it backwards, fold it in. And it stay. Once the thing is stay, get a T3. For some reason I'm having a hard time to put it in. Okay, once that is done, reinstall the cable. Just like a Lego, you just have to position in the right place and gently push it in. You shouldn't be forcing the thing to go in. If you put a lot of pressure, you might damage the connector. So just a gentle push and that thing should just snap back to position. Put the bracket on top and the other two screws on top of it to secure the cable, and same thing for this secondary, the bottom part of it. Okay, once that is done, T5, screwed it in. Make sure the connector clipper is open and the flex cable slide it to the right. You want to pull it a little bit, gently pulling it to the right, and then press the clipper to clip it back down. Close it. Take it down. So at this point here, this is the thing that you want to slide it in. Okay, on both sides. The side, slide it in, and here's the clipper in the middle part that clips onto the laptop. Position it like such, and then slide it in. Once it's all the way in, press on both sides to clip it down and have all the screws to go back, closing up the laptop, the back cover. This is a Pentalope P5. The two screws on the top are much longer. The two screws for the bottom right and bottom left are medium size, and the other tiny smaller screw are right in the middle. Once that is all done, make sure you have the charger, the adapter, making sure you have the charger plugged in. And let's turn on the computer. as you can see that the screen is on. Let me see here. Shut down. Close the screen. Let's try again, open it up. I want you guys to see the full startup here. Yeah, I do see the Apple logo. There you go. I know it's kind of hard for you to see because of the glare, but that is the screen. As you can see, that is the background of it, and there's no crack right in the middle or any pixelated at the bottom. The one that you're seeing right now is just the screen. You have to peel that film after. Alright, thanks for watching, and hope this video is helpful and save you some money. And again, if you do find the video is helpful, please smash the like button. Yeah, and then click on YouTube Super Thanks to show your gratitude. Support my work and my channel. Thanks for watching. Wish you luck. Bye now.